Axiom Tech. Machine vision is acting as the eye of the production and is a key technology for Industry 4.0. A wide range of industries such as food and beverage, semiconductor, LCD panel, and general manufacturing can benefit from implementing a machine vision system to automate production, increase production speed, and improve quality. The human eye cannot meet the requirements of high precision on a high-speed production line, but the camera can. To achieve reliable inspection results, a machine vision system requires accurate interaction between lighting, camera, actuator, and sensor devices. Machine vision can be employed in different manufacturing operations, including automatic inspection, process control, robot guidance, and production logistics systems. Machine vision solutions from Axiom Tech meet the increasing requirements for maximum quality and flexibility in modern production plants. Axiom Tech's machine vision system adopts a modular design for easy customization. It is equipped with a multi-core CPU, comprehensive I/O interfaces, 2 easy swappable 2.5-inch hard disk trays, 4 PoE ports, real-time vision-specific I/O, and LED lighting controller. It offers image acquisition, processing, archiving, and display capabilities. Axiom Tech provides tailored vision systems for all your machine vision needs. Partner with Axiom Tech, taking your manufacturing business to the next level. Axiom Tech. Axiom Tech. Axiom Tech. Axiom Tech. With the industrial Internet of Things, manufacturing worldwide is on the cusp of a revolution. Through the use of industrial IoT technologies and big data analytics, manufacturing is getting smart and connected. Manufacturers enable to cut operating costs, improve product quality, maximize plant throughput, and pick up on inefficiencies and issues sooner. It also improves logistics management and speeds up inventory control. The industrial IoT is empowering new capabilities in manufacturing, from the supply chain to the factory floor to the logistics. Nowadays, industrial-grade embedded systems have been in great demand to help support expandability in smart manufacturing, while saving manufacturers both time and money. Over 25 years of innovation, Axiom Tech can support you in your smart manufacturing initiatives. Our industrial PCs, embedded box PCs, all-in-one touch panel PCs, DIN rail embedded controllers, and industrial IoT gateway devices are designed to meet the challenging requirements of the future manufacturing. They are crafted to ensure consistent and reliable performance, high software compatibility, flexible configurations, and fast deployment. Together with our extensive industry and application know-how, we can help you bring your factory to the future. The next industrial revolution is here, and we are ready. Axiom Tech, innovation in manufacturing.
Hi, a very good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, a happy new year 2020 to everyone here. So, salam sejahtera also to some of the friends, partners. And then my name is CC Lee from Axiom Tech, Malaysia. So, welcome to our AIOT Jumpstart program preview today, on the digital transformations. So I know that some of you may have attended, some of you, I think through MPC, you have attended this AIS program. So I hope today that will be your extension, some knowledge, or you want to extend further in terms of AI. How are you going to implement certain things into your AI, into your production floor or your shop floors? Because today we are not only covering the AI, but also we have this IoT. Some of you may have attended also via MPC or PSDC. That is one of the thing that you may want to take a look. Okay, just give me a second. Another thing is today we are talking about the Jumpstart kit. Okay, so Jumpstart, as you know, doing Jumpstart, you do not need a key, but today we are going to bring you the key as well as, how are you going to do Jumpstart. Okay, so for today, we are going to have three of us. I will be presenting more on the introductions and also covering some of the technology available for digital transformation. And then my colleague, Ken Leong, he is one of the team leader for the AI. So he's going to talk about how this program is going to benefit you and how are you going to make use of the AI starter kit. And then followed by Hasno. Hasno is one of our AIoT, IoT team leader as well. So he's going to touch about how the IoT also can bring, some digital transformation, to your usage. Okay, so I would like to, without further delay, I would like to just begin from here. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, just for your information, today it's a webinar kind of in the Zoom. So you only have this Q&A session where you can put in your question. Okay, so do give put up the question there. So we are going to answer you later on. Okay, so again, a warm welcome again to the Jumpstart. How to jumpstart your process using our AIoT starter kit, especially in the digital transformation. Just a quick introduction to you. Some of you may not know, Axiom Tech is one of the leading design and manufacturing company. So we specialize in industrial computing. So some of the area that we are pretty focused, especially in Malaysia, are automations, transportation, smart retail, gaming, cybersecurity, OEM, and ODM. In OEM and ODM, we tailor-made certain systems for our customers. So for example, you want to have a certain device that do spatial function. We are able to do tailor-made for you. Okay, we are one of the Intel IoT Alliance partner. So we work very closely in terms of R&D and design, especially on the embedded system, as well as the IoT and AI. We did quite a number of activities to promote the area, especially in the Industrial 4.0. Okay, So we are also an ISO certified company. We manufacture those products with a high reliability and quality. And so we have about total of 6 subsidiary, being a HQ in Taiwan, and Malaysia and in Thailand is of the partners, in this region. So for Malaysia, Jumpstart Malaysia is taking the lead in playing a role in working with different people, for example, the system integrator, a project house and machine maker who build those machines and system integration and so on. So these are the areas that we are working with. These are the people that we are working with. Okay, in terms of market segment, we have this networking, of course, retail, automation, transportation. In transportation, particularly in Malaysia, we did quite close with some of the project house who do the MRT and LRT projects. As you walk up from the platform of this MRT, you are able to see those public information display. Those are practically powered by Jumpstart box. Okay, so just to highlight to you some of the products that you are able to implement or you are able to use in your production floor or shop floors, especially those SME. We have this production machine control. You can use our industrial PC product. We cover different grade and also some of them is able to work in a very harsh environment. Okay, the next one will be the warehouse. In the forklift, you want to do data collection. These are the area that you can use some of our industrial task panel. And then the third one will be the IoT edge gateway or HMI. That will be our topic today. So we are going to share with you later on how you are able to use this edge gateway or IoT gateway in your applications. Okay, process control is one of the very old kind of technology that is we are still running. You can use some of our industrial touch panel system, or some of the touch panel system, even you are able to make use of it in the cold room. For example, in the picture, you can see these are all IP66 graded, and then you are able to operate in a wide temperature, -20 degrees Celsius kind of thing. Okay, that is one of the thing that we are offering. Of course, the famous one will be ERP data entry terminal. Sometimes you may have what you call the data entry point that you want to put. But you want to run some ERP, a kind of web-based kind of data entry. You can make use of. We have a different series from 7-inch, 10-inch up to 20 over inches kind of a panel for you with the touch. Okay, so throughout the past 2.5 years, we are pretty much involved in the program organized by a government agency and the educational institute. In doing this, of course, this one is driven by Intel. We were appointed in one of these programs. We are actually doing some teaching and also guidance and also training to some of the SME. These are the areas that we went to, Penang, KL, Johor, and Sarawak. The last one we want to go to Sabah, but during that time is a lockdown period. So the ticket already bought, but these are all burned. Okay, by the way, talking about digital transformation or IR4, how many of you that have in mind want to do something for your production or for your business, but you sort of you are not able to find a good platform or starter or kit or something to start, So how many of you? Can I show one, so that I can, get in touch with you, and then are you able to put a 1 in the Q&A there? Can I see your hand? Okay, thank you very much. So basically, Industry 4.0, there are 4 key components. The first one will be the transparency. We want the data to be transparent, transparent in the sense that, from machines to human being, or to even those people who's holding the handphone, this data is available at all corners where you are able to tap onto it, and then probably you need to make some decision from there. That is the digital transparency that I'm talking about. Another one will be the decentralization. We want in the IR4, we would like the what you call the decision making to be done, at the subsector. You don't need to be at the host in order to make a decision. That is a decentralization. Interconnectivity, that is where IoT play its role in terms of connecting all the devices. Previously we have this M2M, machine to machine. Before the IoT time, there is a M2M. This M2M is basically talking about how are you going to connect, the machine to machine, or right now to machine, or to the human being, or to the edge, so that this part, you are able to make a good decision from the whole process. So the last one will be the technical assistant, where you want those things, come at a fingertip to you, when are you going to take action on certain things. Those things we are talking about, not only automation, is driven by the cyber physical system. Those things, through cloud, through any kind of networking, those things are all interconnected, from an incoming to an outgoing to the packaging, the process has to be interconnected. That is very important things that today for you, if in order to achieve all those, the very first thing that you want to know is how are you going to tap onto those data. Today we are going to show you how you can tap onto those data, or how are you going to make a decision, without a human being present. This part we are able to assist, in terms of the AI part. So OEE, overall equipment efficiency in the production productivity, is one of the very key thing. If you haven't done any IR4 activity, probably these are the place where you need to look into that at a very first priority, because that will actually, once those data is tapped, you are able to do or judge on the efficiency of your process or efficiency of the machines, based on the machine availability up, down. Later on, Hasno is going to touch more about that. He has got a demo, a simulation demo for you later on. And probably the quality, reject, pass, and the performance, the cycle time, how fast you do, or what kind of time frame that you're doing for that part. So, okay, you can see from the left-hand side in our my slide here, that is IoT HMI, where it's attached to some of the stack like that. So in this IoT starter kit, we have these modules that able to tap onto this one directly without even consider how are you going to write a program to do that. That will be able to is able to give you a status directly, in terms of combinations. These are the things that we have. On the right hand side here, how machine is able to connect, get connected. This is another area. Of course, coming to the MES, SCADA, you are able to see things, on premise, and also you are able to push that to the cloud, or you have a cloud dashboard for monitoring or data or big data, or for further big data analysis. Okay, so two things. Just now we are talking about productivity. The second one, we are going to talk about quality. See, the quality, there are many areas that you are able to tap on, especially if you are talking about using AI, how are you going to use Vision AI to do checking. Some of the AI process, I know, some of you may have know about, vision inspection, So both of them are able to do almost a similar thing, but certain things, they have their own strength in terms of handling that. Or you can use a vision. At time you need to use vision. At time you need to use AI. That's why we are able to, that's why we want to point out to you what are the things that you can use. Of course, on the quality, you can use our IoT Edge Gateway or HMI. You are able to tap onto those machine or PLC even, we can collect those PLC, and then those things can be further analyzed or make decision from the edge point, or it can be also pushed up to the cloud for the big data analysis as well. So on the right hand side, you can see you can easily plot out this Pareto chart, things like that, to present to your management or for reporting purpose. Okay, so in the whole shop floors, you may have an industrial oven, you may have an industrial weigher, industrial conveyor, water storage, where you want to detect the level, temperature, speed of the conveyor, a chiller, kind of temperature in and out, exclusion process, bottling process. Some of these things are generally you can be found in most of the shop floors. How are you going to tap onto that? So that is the thing that we are going to share you more. So about the controllers, PLCs, system meters, these are the area where, if you have a PID controller, how are you going to do this one? You want to make it autonomous, for example, you are able to drive this, using the IoT gateway, you can do some exchanging of data, handshaking in order to transfer some of the data over. Now, these are the areas that you can also tap onto that. Of course, so we have a different set of I/O modules that allow you to connect those things together to your IoT gateway or edge gateway, or even to our industrial PC or embedded system. These are the areas that you are able to do so. Okay, in terms of vision inspection or AI process, probably you want to do some bottling process. At the center of this image, you can see, certain thing is a defect. All those things you want to quickly point out to the people who run the production. Car paint and surface checking, you can use AI. You can replace human being in terms of, putting up some light in order to see whether there's any dented or dirt or scratches. Those things can be done by AI. On the left-hand side, these are the sample things that we are collecting. Some through our partners who are working on certain things in the machining part. These are the area where they can make use of that. Of course, we have done that even further, with a different light source, different cameras. Kian Leong is going to show you later on more about this. On the right-hand side, these are the machine parts, and food processing, you have this bottle thing. Now, those are AI achievable. So, of course, a part of manufacturing, probably you have agriculture, like this banana, how are you going to grade them? Those can be done, teach the AI to do that, packaging process, and also part detection and so on. Okay, over the past about, probably about 3 to 4 years ago, we have this IoT gateway. Of course, before bringing this to the end customer or to our partners who implement this, we have gone through a process like, we tested and verified all these communications, wireless, Zigbee, LoRa, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 3G and 4G. Those are, being tested and verified. Data acquisition side, we link to many different kind of PLC. Of course, in the market, you can hear a lot of this IoT gateway, but if in terms of talking to different protocol to the PLC, we have this know-how, and also our gateway is able to support that, easily. For example, Siemens, Allen Bradley, Omron, those are very common protocol that we deal with. Okay, and then our SI partner is very good in that as well. In terms of cloud and application integration, we have also put up some of our IoT gateway to connect to third-party IoT platform where they generate, they capture the data and they generate those dashboard that is useful for the presentation for the management team. Okay. So of course, on the AI part, we have a different kind of AI deep learning model that is being used. And then all these thing is still ongoing. Ongoing meaning they are area where we explore more in terms of what we call the AI modeling, which part we wish is more usable, more practical. These are the things that we are working on. Okay, so one last thing about this today, our webinar is we are going to share with you how this Openvpn, especially because VPN is a virtual private network that is able to give you the kind of data security in terms of connection because it's running through a tunnel. That's why we are not offering only IoT or AI solutions. We have the kind of remote access kind of solutions that are able to fit together with our AI or IoT starter kit or IoT solutions. Okay, so in terms of Openvpn, later on, we have a session. Hastong is going to show you in the last session. That is not compulsory, and not compulsory. If you want to follow, you want to learn about how this remote access, for example, you can do remote data acquisition. Some of you may think, you have a weighbridge. Let's say you have a weighbridge in your process, weighing something that is on the remote area, but you want to tap on the data directly to your ERP system or to your IoT system, for example, that actually you can make use of some of the router solutions that are able to make up this via 4G. You just put in SIM card and you can do. And for some of the machine maker, maybe today is not for machine maker, I wouldn't touch, you are able to remote program your thing, through this Openvpn thing. Yeah. So, so without further delay, I think I'm going to call upon Ken Leong later on. That will be the end of my first session. So I hope if you have any question, you can put it up. I will be able to answer you later. So I would like to invite Ken Leong to share with you how our AI starter kit, able to help you, or what are the things that has installed for you, So he is going to talk about, the program, training program as well, a 3 days training program, together with the starter kit. What can you do? Let's welcome Ken Leong. Okay, thank you, Ken Leong. Okay, hold on. Hello, test. That's the method.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ken Leong from Jumpstart. So today I will share with you the AI Jumpstart kit training. It's a 3-day training. So for the day 1, we have the module 1 and module 2, which the module 1 is the unpacking and setup. So for the module 1, I will teach you about how to set up the IP camera and the industrial PC. Okay, and then how to connect them together. And then for the module 2, we're doing the AI image classification and detection. So over here, we'll use the bottle cap color classification as an example. Then for the day 2, is the module 3 and the module 4. So for the module 3 is the extended AI image classification and object detection for inference. So for the module 3, we will further extend from the module 2. So we also use the bottle cap, but this time we are going to detect the bottle cap is closed properly or not. So I will teach you on how to use the classification method and also use the object detection method to detect the bottle cap is whether it closed properly or not. Then for the module 4 is the AI object detection for product counting. So since we are able to do the object detection already, then we can make use of the object detection result to do the product counting also. So over here, I will teach you on how we are able to use the AI starter kit to perform the product counting. Then for the day 3, we have the module 5. Over here, I will teach you on how to do the AI model optimization. So this optimization is important, especially during the inference. So we want to optimize the AI model so that it can run as fast as possible, so that you can get your AI result in real time. Then for the module 6, since it's the AI integration with SCADA platform, okay, since we can get the AI data already, of course, you want to send the AI data to somewhere else for the post-processing. So the AI Just Starter Kit also can integrate with the SCADA platform. So you can send the AI data to display on the SCADA. And then for this case, I will teach you on how to use the Tesla SCADA. It's one of the SCADA platform to do the integration with the AI Jumpstart Kit. Then for the module 7 is the practical deep learning process monitoring with TensorBoard. So TensorBoard is a tool provided by the TensorFlow. So this tool is really useful, especially when you want to do the AI training. So it can help us to monitor the training process. So if anything goes wrong, we can monitor through the TensorBoard, and then we can take the action. So this is the outcome of the day 1. So at the end of the day 1 training, you should be able to achieve this, the bottle cap color classification. As you can see in the video, you're able to classify the bottle cap color correctly. Then on the right-hand side, this one is using the object detection method way to do the color classification. So it will draw a bounding box on the bottle cap and then classify it. So now I'll show you the outcome of the day 2. Yeah, so this one, the bottle cap is not closed properly. Therefore, the AI classified it as bad with a confidence 99.9%. So after I close the bottle cap properly, then the AI will classify it as good with a very high confidence, 99.9% also. So no matter how the bottle cap is moving. Yeah. Then at the video on the middle is we are using the object detection way to perform the checking. So as you can see on the white bottle cap, so the AI can box the gap that is not closed properly and then classify it as bad. And for the last one, we do the product counting. So as you can see, if I remove a packet out, the total number of packets will decrease. If I put it back, then the total number will increase. So this one is the outcome of day 3. So on the left-hand side is the Tesla SCADA. It's one of the SCADA platform. So this one will integrate with the previous module, the product counting module. So if you can see over there on the video, when I take it out, the data is sent to the Tesla SCADA in real time and display it. Okay, so the AI starter kit is using the deep learning. So therefore, today I will explain to you the relationship between the AI and the deep learning. So the AI stands for the artificial intelligence. So it's a very wide field. And then within the artificial intelligence is the machine learning. Then within the machine learning, you have the deep learning. So why deep learning? Why we use the deep learning in our AI starter kit, but not the machine learning or other technique? So for the deep learning, first we have on the left-hand side, we have an input image of a car. Then it will go through, it will pass to the machine learning engineer. The machine learning engineer need to do the feature extraction. So what the engineer need to do is you need to write some code to perform the feature extraction. But this process is very time consuming. Cannot be done within one day. It's sometimes need to spend months, years. It's a very long time to perform this process because, okay, for image of car, there are many types of features. So if the machine learning engineer need to design a feature just to extract the feature of the windows or the door or the tire. And then for different model of car, the tire also look different, the windows also look different. So you need to redesign the feature extraction process again. So this is what causing the process very time consuming. Then after it finish design the feature extraction, then those features will be passed into a very simple neural network to perform the classification. Then the neural network will give a prediction, will predict whether the input image is a car or not a car. So if you are doing by using the deep learning way, the machine learning engineer part will be replaced by a deep neural network already. So the input image will go through the deep neural network. It will undergo the feature extraction and the classification at the same time. So the deep neural network will learn the feature of the car through our input image. So if you can provide large enough number of input image, so the deep learning neural network can learn well. And this process, usually, if you are using the GPU to do the deep learning training, usually it can be done within maybe a few minutes or few hours on it, compared to if you hire a human to do the feature extraction manually. So in our AI Jumpstarter kit, we have two software. On your left-hand side is the capture tools. We will use the capture tools to capture image and then run the inference. The inference here stands for we want to do the deployment. We want to do the testing. And then on your right-hand side is the AIS. AIS is for us to label the data set. We need to label the data set because we're going to tell the AI model what is inside the image. That's why we need to do the labeling and model training. So the basic task is in computer vision is the image classification and the object detection. So for the image classification, we want to know in the image whether is this a dog or not. But for the object detection, we want to know what is there in image and where. So it will give you the coordinate of the bounding box and also what is inside the bounding box. So for the 3-day training, you need this apparatus and device. You need a monitor connect to our industrial PC, the AI Jumpstarter kit, and then we will use the IP camera to perform some image capture. So the AI starter kit not only support the IP camera, but it also support the USB webcam and also the industrial grade vision camera. So therefore, you can choose the camera based on your application. So now I will show you a demo on how we're going to carry out the entire deep learning training process by using the portal color classification. So first, we need to set up the IP camera, and then we put the water bottle under it. So we do not change the distance after adjust the IP cam focuser. So this is very important. Yeah, we need to maintain the camera focus all the times. So there are 4 processes in the deep learning training process, especially for the supervised learning. So what we are going to do is the supervised learning. So first is the image capture. We need to collect the data set. Then we need to do the labeling. We label the data set to tell the AI what is inside the image. What are the important features the AI need to learn from the image. Then we will go through the training. We train the model with our data set. Then after the training process complete, it's the time for inference. We run the model with real world data. So for the image capture, we'll use the capture tools to save the image. So it's very simple. After we connect the capture tools to the camera, we just click on the save image button, and the image will save into the camera folders. So during the image capture process, we try to capture as much image as we can. We want to cover all the possibility how our object is being appeared in our camera. So therefore, for this case, I slowly move the water bottle a little bit by a little bit, and then I capture the image for every time I move the water bottle. So for this simple application, I think I already capture around 10 images. Yeah, it's already enough to cover all the possible scenarios. Then we will go to the labeling process. So we launch the AIS. Then on the left-hand side, there's a data set tab. We click on it. Then we create the data set. We give a name. Then we click save. Then we click the edit. So over here, we need to create the labels. So what we are going to labels on the data set. So we want to label the color. There's the blue, yellow, white. So we create those labels. So after we create the labels, we upload the image, your input image according to the label. So we wait for the upload process to complete. Yeah, it should be very fast since we only have 10 images. After that, we click on annotate. Yeah. So all this image has been automatic annotate because we upload the image according to the labels. This one is for the if you are doing the classification way. For the object detection way, we need to draw the bounding box. That one is different already. So now I will show you how we're going to do the training. So also the training, everything is done by the AIS. So we just click on the project and then give a project name. And then over here, we choose classification. And then we create a project. Then we choose the model, MobileNet V2. And then we select the dataset we created previously. Then we click on the next step. And for the sample augmentation, we select 10, and then the training import set to 15. Then we click on start, and that's it. Yeah, now we just wait for the training to complete. Yeah, so the entire training process is very simple. So for this training, I'm using the CPU to perform the training. So because the number of image is very less, only around 30 images, and then the training import also only 15 import. So 15 import means the AI model will go through the entire data set for 15 times only. So it's not very time consuming. So this one, it should be complete within 1 minute. Yeah. So as you can see, now it's almost complete already. So if you are for other applications, for some more complex application, you might need to collect more data set. It's not around 20 to 30 images. It's maybe around 1,000 of images. Yeah, it depends on how complicated is your application, how many possibility of how your object appear in the image. Then the training epoch also will increase. It's not only 15 epochs already. It might be 15,000 epoch. Yeah. Then for this case, if you are using a CPU to do the training, then it might take more than 12 hours to complete the training. So if you use the GPU, it can reduce the time to maybe 1 hour only. Okay, so now the training already complete. The next step is the inference. So we'll use the capture tools to run the inference. So click on the read XML and we select our project name. Yeah. So as you can see, it's able to classify the bottle cap color correctly. Yeah. So please attend our training to find out more details. So if you have any question, please put it in our chat or the Q&A section. So now I would like to invite Mr. Lee back to join with us.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Let's bring a chair, Ken Leong. Thanks, Ken Leong, for an interesting presentation just now. So, before we have to wear a mask. One second. Okay, just for your information, does it sound familiar to you? I mean, some of the things that touched by Ken Leong. I believe we have quite a numbers of you has attended the AIS before. So if you have any question, you can put it up to us. Then we can answer to you later on. Just for the curiosity, So what about you are talking about IP cameras? You are talking about IP cameras. Yeah, you are talking about this IP cameras. What about those object that is very tiny, very small? How are we going to handle with this IP camera?
IP camera actually is able to handle this thing, but the performance might not be so good because the IP camera actually is also not really suitable for the tiny object. So the AI starter kit also support the vision camera. That one can handle the tiny object very well.
I see.
Yeah. So as long as your vision camera is GNICam or GNICam compliance, then our AI starter kit able to access to it, and then we can run the AI model by using the vision camera.
Okay, thank you. So what about by the way, I'm waiting for any question from the floors. If you have something, then you can put it up. I'm watching right now. In terms of integration, because right now the whole IR4 digital transformation, those manufacturers they are talking about their own ERP, or some kind of a software that's running the whole process. How can our AIS or how can our AI system able to link to or share the data over to this ERP software?
Okay, so our AI starter kit currently support two types of communication protocol, which is the MQTT and also the RESTful API. So with these two common protocols should be able to help you to share your data to other devices. So and in the future, we also will include like the Modbus and other communication protocol also. So all these things will be continued developed and more feature will be added on in the future.
Okay, I see. Okay. So right now I didn't see any more questions here. So I would like to thank Ken Leong again. So we will continue with my slide later on, just to explain a little bit more on this AIS. Okay, Ken Leong, thank you. Okay, let's start back. Okay, I hope you can see my slide by now. Okay, so what are the things that is being installed in the starter kit? You know, we are doing this one, we are organizing this program. First of all, you are able to, you need to purchase the starter kit, and then we will bundle the whole thing with this 3 days training. Plus, we are going to do this one hybrid. You know, for those of you who are outstations, you are able to sign up with us also. You know, we are able to do this hybrid, meaning you can attend the 3 days training from online. Plus, we are going to offer to you one of the day that you are able to join back, you know, during the another day, because we are going to host this one. We are going to host this training on and off almost every month. Okay, so you can find a place and find a day that you can join in a face-to-face kind of training as well. So what are the things that is installed in this AIS? Of course, we have standard cameras that come together with it, and then it has a AIS engine which is based on the Openvpn. So you are able to play around with this Openvpn, and then the main modeling will be TensorFlow and so on. Okay, so it comes with this also. There's some training props. You know, for example, just now Ken Leong show you how you can do the checking on the bottle and a bottle cap. And these are some of the examples. Of course, from time to time, we are going to include more of different kind. Coloring, you know, how are you going to detect those color, and also product counting, how are you going to use the AI to do verification as well, at the same time also some product counting. Okay, same thing if you're talking about product counting, you are able to do people counting as well. You know, if you want to extend to human nature or different kind of thing, because AI is not only limited to the production process, things like that, but we are putting this one into more industrial in order to do all this. Of course, the 3-day training module, I wouldn't touch any much more because Ken Leong already touched that part. The most important thing is those AI model is supported. You know, you can find from the right hand side. Some of them also I haven't seen before. You know, but these are all the modeling available. You know, for this to use together with this Openvpn. Okay. As you know, doing AI, if you want to run your own AI or want to do AI kind of inspection from the scratch, it's not that easy. You know, it's not easy, definitely. But with this AIS, you know, we have already the engine already tailor-made to give you a development platform that able to you just fit in the image that you want. You know, you are able to do this kind of deep learning to you. You know, so that's why it's an end-to-end kind of deep learning process where, you know, it comes with this Intel Edge kind of software hub to implement the whole, you know, from the training, from the deep learning, machine learning, and to the end of the inference. Inferencing meaning, you know, it's up to the object detection or classification and things like that. Okay, of course, time to market. Time to market is not so much important to those you guys, you know, when you are in the manufacturing. Time to market on this AI thing, you know, maybe it's not very relevant to you, but to some of the SI partners, you know, like we have quite a number of SI partners that following us. With this time to market, you know, they are able to come up with this kind of proof of concept, you know, very easily. Same thing if you have you are working in the production floors. When your boss or management is assigning you to a certain thing, you know, you want to do some proof of concept in this AI, you are able to do that with quite easily. Okay, so one very important thing that in the whole AIS is you do not need to do or need to know how to do coding. You know, the whole development tools are able to allow you to do all this inspection, verification, and things like that, you know, without even doing any coding. Of course, if you have the what I call the capability of doing that, that would be a plus point. In the whole AI starter kit, This one comes with the entry level. We have 3 models. One is entry level. Entry level is basically talking about the whole set, with the cameras, with the props, but without any GPU to do that kind of what I call the deep learning behind. Okay, it's relying on the Intel CPU. It's good enough to do that. If you want to do more faster, you can use our standard package where it comes with NVIDIA kind of GPU that able to speed up the process of deep learning, or you can go to this kind of pro model where it comes with a higher end GPU that able to speed up even more for your thing that you want to verify. For example, this modeling building, with this data set, same set of data set, if you're using entry level, probably let's say it take 2 hours, by using this pro model, probably 10-20 minutes is completed. These are the things that you can look into. So if you are interested in this program, you can scan the QR code here and then fill up your information. Or if you are thinking or you want to propose to your management, please follow us on the Facebook. We have some of these ongoing event or ongoing technical workshop even, to share with you on IoT or AI, or even more on the industrial applications. These are the things that you can do. Of course, when you sign up with us, that is the first step that we want to get to know more with you, to understand your process and see how we can you put up your what you call the objective that you want to achieve. Now we will help you to assist you how to achieve that for you. Okay, so we will come to the end of the AIS part, but we have another one on the AI, more on the IoT. IoT was started way before the AI, where that's why I told you, this starter kit we have using that for the past maybe 2.5 years ago, already created, but we have made it more practical and more robust in order to be able to use in the whole application. I would like to invite Hastor to come forward, and then he will explain to you about this IoT starter kit. Thank you. Hastor, can you? Yeah. Yes. Just leave it here.
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Wait, let me open my slide. Okay. Hello, hi. Since Mr. Lee is only out from this room, so I can open my mask. So first, for those who don't know me, my name is Hasnul Aidid. So today I'm going to present to you about the Exomtech IoT Jump Starter Kit review. Okay, for the first, we start with course outline. So for the first module is IoT introduction and hardware setup. So as you can see on the right side is the hardware setup. So for the first, I'm going to introduce about the introduction of industrial automation and IoT. So I will get about the concept, implementation, and benefits. And then for the next is how about the communication protocol. So what is the difference between the serial communication and the TCP/IP communication? And then I will get about the Modbus. Maybe I'm not going too detailed about the Modbus, how the bytes consumption and so on, but I will teach how to read the Modbus table, what is the Modbus function code and so on. And then for the MQTT, I will explain the concept for MQTT. And then for unboxing and assemble, basically I will introduce the device integration, which is we will use ICO100, DL10, DIO module, and the StatLab module. So basically, the ISO 100 actually is an industrial PC. It's the industrial PC here. And then the DL10 is the temperature and humidity sensor. The DIO module actually is inside the briefcase. And then the smaller white one is satellite module. And then for example, I will explain, I will get about how we connect those wiring. And then for the hardware configuration, we will configure the TSL P4R1 web configuration. TSL P4R1 basically is a stack-like module. So how we can configure through the web configuration. And then for the ISO 100, how we can configure our serial communication, which is which one we want to use, whether RS485 or RS232. And then configure the DIO mode, the DIO, and then how to configure the Linux through Genome and NMTI. By the way, just to mention that our gateway comes with built-in DIO. So for example, if you want to trigger some simple digital input and digital output, maybe we don't have to buy any external DIO. So we can use ISO 100 DIO. And then I will guide you how to use the Modbus pool, because after we read the Modbus table, and then we need to confirm whether our Modbus address is correct or not. So we will use Modbus pool to double confirm the registers and address, the registers and mobile function code. And then the next module is Node-RED programming and OEE application. So I will give some briefing about the introduction to AXView and Node-RED. How about the features, hardware monitoring, and HWM stand for hardware monitoring, and the DIO for the AXView. And then I will teach the simple programming with Node-RED. For the first, we will configure the Modbus configuration, and we will program the read sensor value. And then next is how we can import and exploit the flow. And then for the additional Node-RED programming, we will learn how to store the data and multiple input and output. Basically, storing the data is not we store or we log the data to a database. Storing the data actually is we store the data is some kind like of object in a context data. And then for the multiple input and output actually is for the function node. So how we can program our function node, how to receive the multiple input and give to the multiple output. So I will get about these two additional Node programming because we will use quite frequently for the other programming during the training session. And then for the dashboard, I will do the introduction for the dashboard, how we can configure the widgets and additional graphics. And then we will learn, I will guide you how to program the DIO, and last but not least, for the OEE, how we can implement OEE by using Node-RED. And then the last but not least for the our module, for our module is SCADA integration. So basically inside the ICO 100, inside the gateway, we will install two programs, which is AXView, and last but not least is SCADA integration. So for the SCADA, I will install the SCADA. So for the SCADA integration, so basically we will communicate between the SCADA and the Node-RED by using MQTT. And then we will receive alarm or notification through the Telegram. And then for the SCADA, I will brief about the introduction. And then we will learn how to configure the server. Basically, it's kind of like a driver, how we can communicate with Modbus or MQTT. And we will learn how to configure the text, graphic development, and the runtime. So all of this we will divide into three parts, which is OEE system, satellite, and production. And then, just like I mentioned, we will receive the Telegram. We will receive notification from the SCADA through Telegram. And then we will learn how to log our data to SQL-like database. And then this is the architecture that we will learn later. So as you can see on the right side, we have the ICO 100, which is the IoT gateway. So IoT gateway will connect to the DL10, which is temperature and humidity sensor, through the Modbus ATU. And then as you can see, the arrow at the bottom of the ICO 100 is point to the DIO. Basically, we will learn how to control the DIO and connect to the DIO on the left side, the green color one, and then we will trigger the output, which is LED or the stat light. And then we will learn also how to do some input triggering. And then since we will trigger the output for the LED and the stat light, so the stat light module will observe the status for our LED or stat light and gives an input to the IC100 through the Modbus TCP. So just like I mentioned before that, the inside this gateway we will install two software or two application, which is Node XView and the SCADA. And then this is the protocol that we will use during the training session. For the first is Modbus. We will communicate the Modbus with our Stellar module and their DL10, which is Modbus devices. MQTT we will communicate between the XView and the SCADA. Telegram is how we can receive the alarm, and then the SQLite is for the data logging. And then this is the Starlight module concept. So I want to highlight this because this is one of the interesting part for our training. So usually for the old system, usually the machine is the Starlight is stick to the machine. So if anything happens to the machine, it will give an output to the Starlight. So for the operator or engineer, just observe the Starlight to know the status of the machine. So if you want to IoTize for the old system, we just need the Starlight module and tap into the Starlight. So we don't have to ganggu or interrupt the machine. We just tap into the Starlight, tap into the relay basically. And then the Starlight will receive the information from the Starlight module will receive the information from the Starlight and gives the data to the IT gateway through Modbus RTU, Modbus TCP, or MQTT. And then since the IT gateway is connected to the internet, as you can see, we have the antenna here because inside the IT gateway, we can install the SIM card module. We also can install the Wi-Fi module for internet connectivity. So since the IT gateway can connect to the internet, so we can get the data transparently by using our mobile phone or another software, just like Tableau, Grafana, and so on, or maybe Power BI. And then for the this is example for combination status. So this is the configuration we will configure inside the Stellar module. So we will configure the combination status such as machine off, machine running, machine down, and so on. So by this combination status, we can lessen our code. We don't have to create so many code just to identify the Starlight or the machine status. And then since we are able to track down the machine status and so on, so we will able to track down the OEE, which is overall effectiveness equipment. So to get the OEE, we need to calculate the availability times performance times quality. So availability basically is how long the machine able to run within a certain period. So it is involved the uptime and downtime. So the performance is about the cycle time. Basically, is how fast the machine can fabricate a certain amount of product within a certain period of time. And then the quality is basically is about bad and good quality. Later, maybe I will explain deeper about the OE during the training session. And then this is the flow of programming that we will create later. As you can see on the middle side is the example flow that we will create later. So basically, it is quite easy for newbie. And then this programming is used JavaScript just to do some function. And then this flow is how we can program our DIO. Just like I mentioned, IC 100 comes with built-in DIO. So this is how we can program our DIO. And then we will use DIO to do some OE simulation. And then this is how I will calculate the OE simulation about the machine off, the availability, performance, quality, counter, good and bad, about the availability, uptime and downtime, and so on. So this is the dashboard that we will create later, a simple dashboard that involving chart, how we can do the double line chart, single line chart, and then how we can use the widgets, the gauge widget, so how we can do the switching between the switching for the widgets to switch between the temperature and humidity. And then this is how we can program our OEE. So let me play. So as you can see right now, the uptime is counting and the status on the right side is showing run. So when I counting for the bad counting, so basically bad counting is counting right now. Maybe it's not very clear on the screen. And then I will simulate the machine stop. As you can see on the right side, it will indicate the machine stop, and the downtime on the left side counting. So this is the example that we created. And then for the whole machine stop at the end of the production. So as you can see, the uptime and downtime both is stop counting, so we can reset our value if needed. So as you can see on the middle for the OE, so as you can see, we will program how to draw a bar chart for the availability, performance, and quality. So when the machine run, so the OE will count up. So for now is OE is 97.13%. This is just a simulation only. And then the last and but not least is SCADA integration. Just like I mentioned before, at SCADA, we will communicate to the AXV by using the MQTT. And then we can receive the notification or alarm through the Telegram, as you can see on the middle side for the Telegram chat. So we can monitor our text value, and then we will receive the notification, operation stop, machine stop, operation stop, production running. And then on the right side is the dashboard that we will create later. So we will using the SCADA to program it. And then I think that's all from me. If you have any question, you can ask on the chat session. What I can say, let's join our training. Thank you. So I will invite Mr. Lee to come back to this room. So maybe, so Mr. Lee is coming.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay. I unshare the thing.
Okay.
Stop the sharing first.
First.
Okay. Sharing so that we can see both of us here. Okay, thank you very much, Hasmo, for his interesting introduction. Of course, you can hear a lot of this technical buzzword, in this whole IoT, but don't worry, because those thing has been taken care of. We have a proper guideline and also the road how to do for you to jumpstart. Like what I said, very early. We don't give you the jumpstart way, but we also give you a key. That is the whole idea. So as no, because we are talking about all this. There's one customer also asking about some of the machines that they bought from overseas, and then it's already installed with a PLC Siemens, S71200. So how can this IoT jumpstart, even though it's a jumpstart, how can it handle this kind of thing? Because let's say you want to collect some of the data from the machines.
Okay, so just like I mentioned during the training session, so our IoT gateway can install with the SCADA software. So this SCADA software are able to communicate with several type of PLC such as Siemens, Omron, Allen Bradley, Modbus, and so on. So if you have any kind of PLC, just let us know, then we will get you, we will propose to you the solution for your problem.
Yes, so that is what I also know, that the edge gateway, especially, you know, in the whole starter kit, it comes with this plug-in. You know, there is already an engine inside. This engine is able to communicate with different type of PLC. That is the whole thing. You know, earlier on also I mentioned about that. You know, but that will be very useful. You know, you don't need to have another software to help you to handle that. So it's a kind of a complete solutions for you in terms of this Jumpstart. So okay, what about Hasno, about this same thing about integration? You know, same thing that the question I put up to Ken Yong. What about the integration part? You know, to ERP software. What are the things that we can do?
So usually for the ERP system, usually they will use RESTful API to communicate with another engine or another software. So basically, they will ask the JSON format file. They are really to use MQTT, because MQTT is usually implement on the automation part. They are really to use OPCUA. So basically, usually they will use RESTful API by doing HTTP post, HTTP GET. So our solution is using Node-RED, and our SCADA also able to communicate through the HTTP post and HTTP GET with no problem. But the Node-RED, basically the inside is a JSON. So since the inside is already JSON, we don't have any problem to communicate with the RESTful API.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that was the question. That was the solutions, you know, that we already have. So okay. So thank you very much, Hasno. So by the way,
Thank you.
before Hasno leave this room, so you are going to show the Openvpn later on, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Hasno will be doing
Yes.
the Openvpn later, but I will cover my last part before we transit out to the demonstration on how you can use Openvpn configuration and so on. Those parts are very technical. Okay, thank you, Hassan. So just give me a second again. I will share my slide back. So okay, I would like to ask you back, you know, the audience, you know, you have any more questions, you can put up in the Q&A. We can come back later to answer to you. Okay, so in this the whole IoT starter kit, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, it comes with the edge gateway. It comes with the temperature and humidity sensors. That is very important. In fact, talking about Modbus communication, you are able to learn how to talk to different type of Modbus devices. You know, for example, you have a temperature controller. Temperature controller is one of the very common things that you want to tap the data from. So most of them right now is talking Modbus RTU. Some talk Modbus TCP as well. Some PID controllers, you know, that you want to link some data or you want to interact with it. You know, this can be a good way to talk to it. We even have some customers who are running some agricultural application, soil, humidity, pH. You know, those most of them they are already built in with this Modbus RTU. You know, that's why our this teaching module we will teach you how to integrate with that. Okay, of course on the local I/O, how are you going to do control alert? You know. the digital I/O, as mentioned by Hasno, already inside. And then the stack light module with I/O. Stack light module with I/O, as I mentioned earlier, this is the one, that you can link the stack light very easily. Okay, and then the training modules I won't cover again because Hasno already covered that. The whole architecture of this IoT Jumpstart, you can see from the whole architecture, it's a very complete architecture where you are able to put onto that. Once you are able to learn up this, you are able to excel, in terms of all the connectivity. That is one of the part of the connectivity in the IR4. Remember, I was talking about IR4. That is one of the criteria and also one of the objectives to make. So this Jumpstart kit is able to do that for you. Okay, so of course, in this IoT starter kit, it comes with this what kind of object-oriented kind of programming, and also come with some management tools, to handle the management, the data transmission, protocol utilities, remote control. These are the things that you are able to learn from this program. Okay, so of course, when we are talking about integration, in terms of to the host, although the IR4, we are talking about more of the decentralized kind of decision making, but of course, we would like that data to go to the host as well for overall monitoring. These are the things that we are going to have that. So our IoT starter kit, it comes with two kind of packing. One of them comes with the briefcase. The other one is loose part. That was designed based on those people who want to easily want to mount into their own compartment or something like that. That is very good for those SI who know how to handle that. For those of you who want to, just a new beginner, I would recommend you to have a whole briefcase in the same briefcase. Easier to handle and easier to do that kind of already. Most of the things are already wired. It's easier to handle. So why ExamTech AIoT starter kit? Of course, we are talking about industrial grade kind of a platform for you to do IoT, industrial platform for you to do AI. Okay, so it's based on the Intel kind of platform, as you know, so it's kind of long-term support and high reliability. Okay, and then it's very practical. You remember throughout this 2.5 years, when we received this starter kit, we play around and then we expand, we test and verify in the different way, communication, data acquisition, controls and things like that. That also have been applied in the different area, running 7/24 in that kind of environment. So it's a very grounded design for most of the users that you may want to use it. So in terms of design, it's very open kind of design. As you know, just now when we asked the question about how are you going to integrate with this ERP software, So a lot of this system out there, probably is very proprietary. You need third-party integration to do that. But with this IoT or AI starter kit, we already built in with this open protocol. You can talk MQTT, you can talk REST API, but you can even do some database integration. That already covered that quite completely. So of course, this system has been used. I know some of you have been in the training program also before that under MPC. I think probably you have another AIS, in your hand. If you want to extend further, contact with us. We are able to help you further from there. Okay, so with this MIDA or MPC Intel approved design, when you come to want to apply for any grant, probably that will be easier because the government agency already recognize some of our starter kit. Okay, of course, we have ongoing guidance from us, from time to time, as our management has set this goal to continue to provide different kind of sharing, in terms of guidance also to our customers in this area. So it's going to be ongoing support. So I would like to just to give you offer. Currently, we are running up offer to you. You know, those who are able to sign up today, we are able to give you a free online survey. Let's say you have an application in the production floor, you can talk to us. If you in Klang Valley, we are going to, if you sign up to attend, you know, you purchase the whole system from us, we are able to give you a free online survey to find out, and then free consultation, you know, for outstation. Those that one is online, you know, for those outstation. But when it comes to implementation, there's no problem. You know, we know our system very well. We are able to regularly guide you from time to time. Okay, and then of course it comes with the 3 days online training. You know, for those of you who are outstations, you know, so of course you can attend the 3 days training of online. But at the same time, also we offer you 1 day, you know, for you to do a face-to-face. The time and date you can decide. You know, where we are going to run this one monthly. You can choose which month that you want to come and attend. Okay, that is one of the offer. And then the free implementation integration. Okay, those who, you know, who sign up using the link, sign up with us. So if you sign up with us today, we are going to give you a free integration. Once understand your objective and those things, once we categorize, we already mutually agreed. You know, we are able to put in times to do the integration to you. Some of them may be coming from our system integration partner together. So he will be able to assist you, you know, in implementing some of your things. Okay, so please, you know, if you are interested, you know, you can scan the QR code and then fill the information to us. We will come back to you. Okay, so and then, or you may want to follow us on the Facebook. And for this session, we are also live on the YouTube. You know, those who are following us, you know, already our customer, they are following us on YouTube. Please help to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we are going to do more technical sharing or a technical workshop in the time to come. Okay, so for that, thank you very much, and I appreciate your time today. So we'll see you in the next time. Just for the last thing that I want to share, because Hasno is going to, Hasno is going to show you the Openvpn part. So Openvpn is something very technical. You know, if you know a little bit, or if you already know how to do it, you know, you can learn how to use some of this mobile router VPN to implement this kind of VPN connections. You know, you can do remote access, things like that. So we are going to have a break for about 3 minutes. If those of you who are, you know, especially some of our already our customer who want to know more about that, no, you can stay on and follow us. If not, I will just like to thank you again for your time. We'll see you in the next time. Thank you very much.
Since 1990, Axiom Tech has been at the forefront of industrial and embedded computing technologies, innovation, and manufacturing. Our success is the result of our commitment to delivering well-rounded, easy-to-integrate solutions, and our global network of dedicated experts and partners to lead the way in promoting innovation. With a 30-year history of responsible operations and ongoing innovation, Axiom Tech is committed to bringing new technologies to the market, maintaining the expertise our customers need, and providing customer-centric design-in services to transform concepts and ideas into reality. By minimizing design effort and removing technical hurdles, we let our customers enjoy a fast time to market and make the most of their innovations to achieve more. Axiom Tech utilizes the latest processes, lead-free technology, strict quality controls, and rigorous testing procedures. Our modern manufacturing equipment, including the most advanced SMT assembly lines and optical inspection systems, gives us the capacity to fully service OEM/ODM businesses. We maintain the highest quality standards in our manufacturing processes to ensure business success anywhere and anytime. With our own design verification laboratory, we are able to improve our product quality and speed up development time. Each of our products has passed the strictest tests to ensure stable performance, even when operating in extreme environments. This also allows us to deliver products with longer lifespan to our customers. Our creative concept for embedded computing ensures trusted delivery and valuable integrated services, ranging from board-level design to system integration solutions for vertical markets. Axiom Tech's commitment to corporate social responsibilities is evident in our work environment, as well as through our employee work ethics. We take pride and ownership in what we do, through our commitment to excellence in quality and customer support. Our passion for innovations motivates us to build solutions for tomorrow. Innovation is the mind. Passion is the heart. Integrity is the soul. Your best AIoT partner. We are Axiom Tech.
Hi, yes, we are Axiom Tech. Okay, so I appreciate those who are still following us. Of course, I think you want to hear more about this Openvpn. Before I come to this Openvpn, I think there is a question put up just now. Some of you, I know you actually came from this. You came from this AIS training before. I think you have a device. Currently probably you don't have any. You are able to do MQTT integration, I suppose. But our version here, we already enhanced that to include, you are able to have a plug-in, we call it the Tesla SCADA engine. If let's say, for that engine, in fact, if you already purchased the whole starter kit, it already come with that. Okay, but those who are having that, but you don't have, you can separately include that. You can leave the message with us, from this link. You can leave a message. We will be able to come to you how to it's an optional kind of plugin that you can have. That come with also a support and some technical sharing as well. In the future. In fact, in our this training program, we teach you how to do that. For that power integration. In fact, talking about this engine, you are able to link to some standard open source kind of ERP like Odoo. If I heard about Odoo. Okay, without further delay, I think we would like to channel back, pass the floor to Hasno. He is going to share with us how you can use Openvpn tunneling, to integrate with our IoT gateway, to the host cloud, Openvpn cloud, as well as this AI starter kit, So later on, Hasno and Jian Leong is going to show you how you can achieve that. Although this one is very technical, if you can follow, you follow. If no, these are the things that we want to give it to you. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Hasno.
Hello, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Kelong?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, hi. So thank you for waiting for the last part. So today, me, Hasnan, and my colleague Kelong will demonstrate to you about the Openvpn integration. So as you can see, I added this to another PC because maybe when we connect our PC to the Openvpn, so maybe there is a internet loss maybe for 1 second or for maybe for about 0.5 seconds. So that's why I added this to another PC because I don't want my Zoom to disconnect. Okay. So usually without the VPN, so as you can see on the screen, so we have our server here, and then this is we have the remote site. So maybe we can assume this as a AI application, and then this is for IoT application. So usually if you want to push the data to the server here, either MQTT broker, API server, or HTTP server, we need to point to the public IP or the DNS, domain name server. Then we can push the data to the either MQTT broker, API server, or HTTP server. This is when we want to do remotely. So we assume maybe this server is located in KL, and then this is in Terengganu, and then this is from the Johor. So basically all the remote site. So if you want to push the data, we need to point to the public IP. So if you want, since it's wirelessly, remotely, so basically if you want the data to be secured, so we need to configure the SSL or TLS for each either MQTT broker, API server, or HTTP server. So this is for the without Openvpn or without the VPN. So with the VPN, so basically all of the sites actually is inside the VPN tunnel. So once we configure the VPN tunnel, so each of the site will receive the IP tunnel. So as you can see here, this is the example. The IP tunnel is 100.96.1. something. So once the connection is established, so all of the sites inside the VPN tunnel. So basically, during this demo, for this demo, we will using the VPN cloud. So basically, why we will use the VPN cloud? Because we also can configure the VPN server inside the router or inside the any PC we want. This is because there is a possibility that our router or the PC can shut down or suddenly mati because of certain things and so on. So we will use Openvpn cloud. So it's guaranteed that VPN cloud will not suddenly shut down. So once the VPN tunnel is established, so we will able to point to the local IP. So for example, from this side, the local network is 192.168.9.x. So since the VPN tunnel is established, then we also can ping from the .9 to the .6. So we can ping each other locally by using local IP, even though the IP segment is different. So this is for our demo today. So as you can see, for the IoT application, we have the NR300, which is the Navigate router, industrial router, one of our product. And then this Navigate router will communicate to one of the gateway, which is we install the AXV inside, and then we also can communicate to the one of the IO device. So basically, from here we configure the VPN client actually inside this NR300, and then for the AI application, we will install the MQTT broker inside the AIS PC, and also the Openvpn client inside this PC. So this is for the AI application. So for our demo is so for the application will push the data to the MQTT broker, and then from this PC will receive the data, will subscribe the data from this MQTT broker, and then we can assume this is my PC, the PC that I need right now. So we can observe both of the application. So let me go to the wait. So before that, this is the example for that. This is how it looks like for the Openvpn cloud. So as you can see, there is two active connection. Basically, Openvpn cloud actually is free up to 3 connection only. But if you want more, maybe you need to subscribe. So as you can see here, so this is application for both AIOT and the AIS. For my PC, I didn't connect yet. So the IT actually is the IoT part, AIS the AIS part. Maybe how to configure this part, maybe my colleague Ken Long will explain later. So I'm going to connect to the VPN right now. So as you can see, I will demo first. Right now, I will try to ping one of the devices. So without the VPN connected, I'm not able to ping any of the devices. Maybe .9.60.67. I also not able to ping. So let me try to connect to the VPN server. So this VPN I just connect by using the username, so I don't need to create any connector. So I will try to ping. So right now I'm already able to connect to the one of our remote devices. So 9.67. So I also able to ping to the AI application. So maybe the connection is lost a little bit. Never mind. Let me try again. Okay. So let me try to open the AXView. So basically the AXView is using 6.2. So I'm able to open the maybe it's a little bit so since as you can see from the slide before we go to the AXView, so we also can ping the Modbus remotely. I mean poll the Modbus remotely. So I will demonstrate it. So basically I want to from my PC I want to communicate with the AXView and also poll the data from the Modbus. So let me demonstrate to you. MMS. MMS is a Modbus master simulator. So as you can see here, I will configure to the Modbus TCP and then to the IP. So if not very clear, 6.1 to 1. And then I put to the input register setting currently. And then now I able to communicate. Let me try to maximize. Maybe it's good. So maybe I'll just see the first one. So I just basically the first one is the voltage. So basically I'm polling the value voltage in millivolt. Okay, let's go back to the X view. So this is the virtualization. So basically the product counting from the AIS. So maybe my colleague, my colleague Ken Long already changed the product count. So maybe I'll pass to my colleague Ken Long to continue the presentation. Ken Long for the AI. Hello, Ken Long.
Yes. Okay, now I will show you how to set up the Openvpn network on the AIS, on the AI starter kit. So actually, if you can see on my screen, on the right-hand side is the capture tools, which is running the inference and is doing the product counting, and just now is sending the product counting result to the X view there, as displayed by Hasno just now. So on the web browser here, so to create the Openvpn network, we click on the networks, then we create it. Then we select the remote access. Then we click on continue. Then we give a name. So over here I put AIS2. Then we also need to define a connector. I also put AIS2. Then for the region, we select the region that is closest to our PC. So the nearest one is the Singapore. Then we click on next. Then over here, the private subnet, yeah, this is the place we define our own private subnet. So I put the 192.168.101.0/24. And then for the private domain is optional. So if you do not have private domain, then you can just leave it empty. Then we click on next. Then we choose the connector type. So our AI starter kit is using Linux operating system. So we choose Linux. Then we choose Ubuntu 18.04. Okay, after that, you need to execute the following script to install connector on Linux. So you open a new terminal and then copy paste all these 3 lines on the terminal. So I cannot show you here because it will override my default Openvpn setting. So I will skip this part. After you execute the last line, the /ubuntu 18.04.sh, it will ask you to input the token. So over here, you need to click the generate token, and then it will give you some string. Yeah, you just click on the copy and then put it back, insert it on the terminal. Yeah. After that, you can click on next. So if you see you get the offline warning, then don't worry, you just proceed without testing. So because for this one, you just need to reboot the AIS, then it will automatically online already. Okay, so over here for the step 4, create service, just click next, nothing much to do. Then the last step is click on the finish. And yes, that's it. So after this, you can reboot your PC, and then the AI starter kit will automatically join the Openvpn network every time it reboot. Yeah, so it's very simple. So okay, so now I will pass it back to Hasno.
Okay, thank you, Kelong, for the presentation. So just like I just want to add certain things. Okay, wait. I just want to add certain things. just like I mentioned before, without the VPN. So without the VPN, we need to configure we need to configure SSL or TLS for each mob, MQTT, API, or HTTP server. So with VPN, so we no longer to configure the TLS or SSL for each MQTT for each server. So inside the VPN tunnel also is already encrypted because we need to configure the SSL and TLS. And then just to conclude, for Openvpn actually is a secure because we need to configure the secure layer, which is TLS, and then we do not need DNS. For example, just like you all know that Unify 100 megabit per second and below is no longer with the public IP. So basically we don't so with Openvpn we can settle we do not need DNS and public IP. And for example for your side, maybe if you want to use the SIM card, so we don't have to subscribe the SIM card with the static public IP, so it can cut your cost a little bit. Just maybe if you want more connection for Openvpn, we just need to subscribe the Openvpn only. So I think that's all from us. Thank you. We will pass back to the Mr. Lee. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the sharing by Hasno and Ken Leong about this Openvpn. So security is very important in terms of connectivity. Not only you want to handle AI, handle very well, IoT, you can do it very well. What about data security? What about the communication network security? These are the areas. In fact, for ExamTech, we have another network security device that you can do. You can even use an open source to build some of the network security device. That if you want to tap on in the future, you can follow us. We will have more sharing about that. That one I think is quite regular from the past two years. We have been doing that. So with that, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you who have been so kind and patient to be with us this afternoon. And I wish you a great new year ahead. And I will see you in the next time. Thank you. Okay. And you're sharing live.